Okay, so number 5 here, as you can tell by reading the question, the first word that catches your eye should be tangent, right? So the line with the equation y equals 6x minus 1 is the tangent to the graph of f at x equals to 4. That means it's something to do with derivatives. But they didn't give us the function and take the derivative. They just say, you know, the tangent line is y equals 6x minus 1 at x equals to 4. Part A, write down the value of f prime at 4. Sometimes people get confused. This notation means the slope of the tangent to the function f at x equals to 4. So what is the slope of the tangent to this graph at x equals to 4? Well, here's the equation. This is the slope. That's the y-intercept. So the slope is 6. So f prime at 4 is equal to 6. It's an understanding question. It says write down. There's no math required. Okay. Part B. What's f at 4? Well, that's the point. The point on the graph is going to be the same point as on the tangent line. So let's say I have a graph here, right? And this is the tangent line. This point is common to both the graph and the tangent line. So all I have to do is put 4 into the tangent line. Y equals 6 times 4 minus 1. 6 times 4 is 24. 24 minus 1 is 23. So the point here is actually 4 and 23. Because this point is a point on this line. That same point is also on the curve. The slope of this curve is 6. Right? So part B, they say, what's f at 4? Well, f at 4 is just 23. The function g is x squared minus 3x, and function h is f at g at x. Well, let's take a look. Let me write down the question here. G at x is x squared minus 3x. Right? And I want to find h at 4. And h is equal to, is it f at g or g at f? F at g. So it's a composite function question to see if you understand function notation. Right? F at x, we don't know what it is. But the question didn't ask us for that. They asked for h at 4. So first of all, what's g at 4? G at 4 is 4 squared minus 3 times 4. This is going to be 16 minus 12. Well, that's equal to 4. So this is the same thing as f at 4. So h at 4 is actually equal to f at 4. They just want to show, do you understand composite function? Right? So if f at 4 is equal to 23, then h at 4 is also equal to 23. They're going to give you the same point. Lastly, hence find the equation of the tangent to the graph of h at x equals to 4. Right? That's the tricky question for this particular one. I want to find the equation of the tangent. So that's the equation of tangent question, which is part of the derivative at x equals to 4 for h at x. So first of all, I need h prime at x. Well, I don't actually have the function, right? So here's the tricky part where a lot of students will find this hard. I don't actually have the function. How do I find the derivative? Well, you don't need the function to find the derivative. This question is actually a little tricky. You write down f of h at x, which is equal to f g at x. So the derivative of the function is going to be f prime at g at x, and then you have to multiply by the chain, which is the derivative of inside. Okay. Now, you actually do have this information. First of all, what's g at 4? G at 4 is 4. So this is actually equal to f prime at 4. What is f prime at 4? F prime at 4 is 6. You calculated in part A. So this part, it's a 6. What about g prime at 4? Well, do I have g? Yes, I actually have g. So if g is x squared minus 3x, what's g prime at x? G prime at x is the derivative of that, which is 2x minus 3. Well, what's g prime at 4? Well, you put 4 in there. That's 8 minus 3, which is 5. So this is 5. 6 times 5 is 30. This is the slope. Now, I'm not done yet because the question asks for equation of tangent. Remember, I said there's two things you need. One, you need the slope. Two, you need a point. Well, we know x value is equal to 4, right? That's what they told us. But what's the y value? Well, remember you found h at 4 already. H at 4 is equal to f at 4 is equal to 23. So the point is 4 and 23. Now I have a slope, I have a point, I can find the equation of the tangent. It's going to be y minus y equal the slope times x minus x. Y equal 30x minus 120, right? Expand. 30x minus 120, and then you bring the 23 over. So y equal 30x minus 97. Okay, so this question is a little tricky for part D. It's a little tricky overall, actually, because they didn't actually give you the equation of f. It's kind of like working backwards. They give you informations about it, but they're not explicitly telling you what f at x is. And a lot of people got confused by it and struggle with this question, right? Anytime you get questions like this, take a deep breath, calm down and try to analyze it one thing at a time. When they say write down, it shouldn't be complicated. What does that mean? Right? That means finding the slope of tangent at a particular point. Can I find the slope of tangent at that point? Well, yeah, 6. And then understanding that the tangent and the function actually overlaps at a point, find the y value, right? Part C is where it gets a little tricky because of the chain rule here. A lot of people didn't get the chain rule. When you take the derivative of composite function, the derivative of the original function multiplied by the chain rule. But they didn't give you the function. So put in the number and find each one of those numbers. Once you have the slope, you have a point, you find the equation of tangent. Okay. I'll go back to the question. Maybe people want to see the question later on. And I'll pause here.